the same for me.
Same for you?
It's the same for me.
So I'm here in the...
When you do this, in my screen, you pointed at me.
So like this.
No, yeah. No, you... So we start with Mariano, all right. Mariano, tell me, what inspired you basically to start to write Inconveniencia, and a story about love, the love genre. And in itself, it was also a close story, but what inspired you actually to start writing this piece?
Well, I think that love stories are a good opportunity to talk about ourselves. That's important to me. We all grew up watching movies like Notting Hill, Titanic, The Notebook, and all that stuff. So that's why I love this type of stories. We want to talk about new forms of relationship and how they impact emotionally. I don't know. So why we choose to tell a story about love and the lack of love also.
Do you usually write alone, or what's the difference for you if you write alone on a piece, because you're not only directing, you're writing most of your pieces and scripts? What is the big difference between writing as a collective for you with other writers, or just writing alone? And what do you prefer when you write with others?
I don't know what's the difference, because I always choose to write in a group, at least two. I believe that creativity is a collaborative fact, although teams always have a leader. In my case, I'm also the director, so I'm the leader of the team, of the writer team. And I'm the one who sets the course of the story and should take all the important decisions. But even more in series, where the different points of view are important, I think that good series are long, are complex, and deep. And I think it's a lot of work to do alone, just for one man. So writing together is very important to me. Of course, it is important to write with someone you trust a lot, because you need to think in a similar way, I believe, with someone who adds more value to your content. That's my personal tip, I think.
When you how do you start writing, like especially in the piece of where you have a couple living in a repetitive, mundane, sort of daily life, where they come up with ideas? Did you start with a character, especially when you start writing with your co-writer, or do you start from a larger theme?
The other question, I think that I always think about or start with a situation more than from a character. I think on a situation of what happens inside the mind of somebody, and that's the first thing that made me write. And about inspiration and the personal story, Inconvivencia means not living together in Spanish, but it's a word that does not exist previously. We created the incredible thing in the era of internet and social network is that after the premiere, then you can find people using this word in their sentences, and we create a new term, and that was incredible because I realized that people need a word to talk about this. In relation to the story, I always felt identified with the I don't know how to say, the unstableness of a couple. Also in my personal story, I believe that there are a lot of conventions, pacts, and rules that a couple must follow in order to be successful. However, experience shows us that none of that works. The important thing is just love. and it's all about that, and the willpower of those guys that stay together. There is nothing more than that. Today, love has many different ways of being expressed. None of them is wrong, none of them is right. So that's what our series and our project talks about.
And I think you once told me actually that the network actually asked you if you could actually continue with the story. So tell me, what do you think? Is there a way you're going to continue and go ahead for season 2, or in any way?
Well, people ask us that all the time. I don't know what to talk or what to write about a second season, but couples go through constant challenges every day. So I didn't start working on a second season, but I think, I don't know, perhaps desire can be a great theme. What happens with desire inside a couple, but we're not working on that yet, so I don't know. Laurita, what do you think about it?
That you have a lot of time to write during the quarantine and to think about it.
So let me ask you both, what is the best relationship advice you have ever received, and what advice would you actually give to live in a long-term relationship?
The best advice I received and I realized doing Inconvivencia is that you don't have to bother your partner with small things. Because important things matter, and it's kind of exhausting when the other bothers you and you bothering the other one. So it's not worth it. I don't know how to say.
No, it's true. Yeah, exactly. It's not worth it. It's all the petty things. Yeah.
And I hope I could. I'm in a relationship now, and I'm hoping living a long life with my partner. I think that the I don't know the secret. I want to find it, but I think that you don't have to get acostumbrarse. María, ¿cómo sería?
Used to.
Help me, María.
Used to. You
don't have to get used to.
Yeah, you don't have to get used to. You have to tell the other that you love him and give him or her hugs and being demonstrative and not entering in their routine, in the day routine and everything.
Would you say always say what you think? Is that something you would do?
Yes, but I learned to say it in a good way. That's important. And to wait when I am kind of in a bad mood, and I learned to wait to the right time. And we always have a time at night when we talk and we tell the other how was my day and his day, and we talk about love and things that we can change, or I don't know, that's kind of things. It's important to have your time, especially when you have kids like Marianne, and to have I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes with your partner and to talk. Talk and watch each other.
Dear Mariano, what's the best advice you can give or you received?
Well, I think that the most important thing is that relationships to be healthy, that they do not become toxic. I don't know if you understand what I mean. When a relationship is healthy, it allows itself to evolve, because relationships change over the time. It's not the same today, and it will not be the same tomorrow. Sometimes improving or sometimes slowing down. I don't know. It is important to listen to the other and work on the best for both.
I picked the theme of love and relationships and advice or tips because I think nowadays it's more important than ever, because I think the biggest challenge overall are always relationships. It's private relationships, love relationships, relationships with colleagues at work. It's always a challenge, and I think we can strive to be good on all levels, and we have to, because it will always be difficult and it will never be really easy. So I think both of your answers were wonderful. Playing,
Thanks a lot.
say it again?
Thanks a lot.
Oh yeah, sure. Playing Carolina or Caro, what's the favorite memory you had, Laurita, on the set? What's something you when you think back, you stopped shooting last year in November, I heard, I think. What's the best memory you still have in your mind?
Oh, it was a great time for me, a great challenge, and I love playing her because she had some things similar to myself.
Yeah.
And it was really challenging, especially the relationship with Tomás, because we weren't a couple that knows each other in the show. We were close when the show starts, so we have to create that
chemistry.
Chemistry, exactly. Especially in the scenes when we hadn't got to talk, that we were just eating in silence and watching each other. It was a very easy to work with Tomás, and Mariano is a director that knows what he wants and he goes for it. Carolina cried a lot in the show.
It started episode 3 at the end, I know.
She cried a lot, and it was like, oh my God, my eyes are every day. But especially the panic scenes when she had a panic attack. So we were working a lot in that, because I wanted to do it seriously, and not to exaggerate, I don't know how to say it in English.
No, I totally get you.
Overact that. So especially in that scenes, the panic attack, and the scenes where we had to show the chemistry, so that people believe that we were a couple since years, and we were exhausted each other. I don't know how to say it, but
no, I totally get it.
I think you get it.
I totally get it. Well, let me ask, how is Mariano on set, and how does he work with you guys, or with actors in general? But in the case of Inconveniencia, what struck you the most, and how is he approaching a scene, and how patient is he when he doesn't get what he needs? And is there any situation where you can remember, oh my God, this is take 20, I'm exhausted or whatever? Or how was the experience for you working with Mariano as a director?
Oh, he's very creative. I think he's very talented and with a lot of experience, but he's very specific, and that was great. So he knows what he wants, and he had in his book kind of drawings of what he wants to show. He wanted to show, so he came with his book and show. Oh, you know, you have to do like this because with your face, and it was great because he was specific. That was the cue for me. When he sees or when he wants something, he's gonna fight it. And something you don't know about Argentina is that we had a lot of protests of workers during
strike.
During the TV show, but not with the workers of Inconvivencia, with the workers of the TV in general. So we were making a scene and we had to stop everybody, 3 hours of nothing. So we were like, oh my God, we are losing 3 hours. And then Mariano came and said, guys, don't worry, we are gonna do it great. We were waiting in 3 hours, and then
Wow.
he came up, oh, all right, and he did it really fast. It was really great to have a leader like that, because he didn't enter in panic. We were like, oh my god. He was really, don't worry, we're gonna do it in the time that we have.
Wow.
And here, for example, we were like, I don't know, making a scene, a romantic scene or love scene or sexy scene, and we had a live TV show downstairs, and the TV host was like, hello everybody, shouting, and we have to stop. And a lot of things like that happens here in our country, but it was great to have a leader like him, and the whole team was great.
I didn't know that there was a strike and protests. And for how long did this go on during the shooting period?
2 months or 1 month. Yeah.
Wow, that's long.
You have some specific days. They
2 or 3 days
these
away.
strikes. Yeah.
Wow,
it was hilarious.
So even you say you're more impulsive, I think you had a lot of patience and you were a great leader. Tell me more about the work with Thomas Fonsi. Both of you were beautiful in the scenes. And
I could talk with him a lot, so I was like, oh, I'm really nervous about this scene because we have to, I don't know, whatever. And he was like, oh, don't worry, so we can do it like that, like this or like that. And he proposed Marianne a lot of things too, in order to make the scene more beautiful. And he's a very simple man.
If you would have the chance to pick the dream role in your life, what would be a dream character you always maybe wanted to play, or you would love to play in the future?
Well, my other passion is dancing and singing, and I love doing musicals here in my country. So definitely something that has to be with music and dancing.
So any big Broadway musical would be a great thing to do for you.
Yeah,
we've seen, of course, we've seen your dancing videos. You're an amazing dancer. When you look up your name, you see it all over. You're an amazing dancer. Is there any project soon you're planning, like a musical, or trying to go somewhere and try to get a role and make it happen, that you can sing, dance, and act at the same time?
Well, I was going to do School of Rock, the musical, but yeah, it was beautiful because now with the quarantine, we don't know when the theater is going to open
again.
The doors. Yeah.
But if it opens again, it's actually a project that you are planning to do next year, or maybe even 2020.
Yeah, I'm planning. We are talking about doing Chicago too. It's really my passion. And when I am in a bad mood, I dance and my head changes. So I love when I can connect the acting and singing and dancing all in theater or in the TV, in a TV show or in a series.
On stage. Or in a series, yeah. I mean, it's definitely, if you're triple threat, if you can connect all of the arts, I think it's a beautiful thing. And I hope I can, you do one of these great musicals and then we can watch it somewhere. That would be fantastic. Both of you describe now this year 2020 in only 3 words. Marianne, you can start, just 3 words. What is this very difficult year for many, not only from a financial point of view, but also, of course, on this, more devastating side that we lose or lost people, which is of course awful. but if you can describe 2020, what would be the 3 words you would actually use?
Well, I don't know in 3 words, but perhaps it's like a change in our perspective. I believe that that's the concept I can use. A change in the way we see the world. I think that 2020 showed us that we need to work towards a better future. Sometimes I feel like we are working to have a worse present, and that's not correct. So that's the sensation I have. I'm not very optimistic, but it's everything so horrible, so that I just can't think about changing the ways in which we think about the others, the world, the whole planet, and that's all.
What about you, Laurita? If you would have
a lot
3
of words. Marian said a lot of words.
No, the 3 words, it's a change of perspective.
Change of perspective. Those 3 words. That's good. Oh, that's good. Yeah, but of course you can say more, Laurita. But if you would have to say, you can finish with 3 words later.
All right. Patience. These are 2 words, but it's teamwork. Mm-hmm. The whole world. We had to work together. So I think it's teamwork, and something, and I think that doctors would be the other word for me, because they were always important, but I think that we all realized and finally be conscious about the importance of them.
Absolutely.
So I think that's my 3 words. And cleaning, because everyone in our homes clean, and we didn't know what to do. I'm cleaning every day.
Marian, tell me about your next projects. You're probably going to shoot. Are you still shooting again? I'm not sure. You told me. What about Mateo?
We had to stop, and we are waiting all these stub ends to continue. But I have, fortunately, I have a lot of projects for the next year, so I'm very happy. I'm very glad of that. I'm turning off my mix sometimes because there are some guys working on the.
I know, no problem.
Next to, so I don't want to. I don't want to bring the audio, but I'm with a lot of projects. We are going to shoot a movie next year. We are making a new project with the Metropolitan Mayor. We are with a lot of things. So I just want this to end and to start working fully again. That's my desire.
I talk with a lot of partners and friends, and they are like some days in a hoping mood. I don't know if it's okay to say it, but some days they are really depressed because they don't know when they are going to work again.
Yeah. So it's everywhere.
He's an actor and he is not working since February.
Yes, the cameraman, the crew, everything. Yeah, I think it was
You also realize how important all this content is, all the movies, all the series, because we are all inside home watching things that someone make. There are a lot of cameras, filmmakers, writers, directors, and they are not working now, but we need to produce again, because then you will want to see new things, and it's also a good time to understand the importance of entertainment and all the things we do.
Absolutely. I think art I totally agree. Actually shows how beautiful the world is, or how connected we all are watching stories and storytelling to learn what it means to be human beings, I think. And it always shines a light in every dingy corner of our human psyche, and it shows us what Mother Nature actually made us for, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, and it's really, I'm working, and it's kind of cold, you know, because I arrived to the studio and it's a big studio, and we are like, hi, like this.
With a mask, yeah.
But you cannot connect with the other, so it's
It's
really
a strange feeling, right?
to work like that. Yeah.
So if you're in a studio, is there an audience at the moment, or is there no one? Nobody. Wow.
Nobody. Some cameramen.
Yes.
Some guys of production, and
Wow.
my partner and me,
Yes.
the judges, and the two that are going to sing, and no one else.
And no one else.
It's like, oh, you're alone.
Yeah, I think it was also tough year. I mean, even for festivals, of course, because you have to go through safety procedures, but we decided not to have any international guests because, you know, safety first, of course, but it's also you need, if you come together and you cannot touch, hug, shake hands, I think the character, the spirit is not there. Yep. So, but thank you guys, thank you, Marianne, and of course you, Laurita, and also Thomas, and the whole crew and the rest of the actors, that we still had time to watch great content and a great show. And I'm always looking forward for everything you do, Marianne. You should actually come to Europe, or why don't you come to Berlin at one time and just try to produce and shoot a TV show even here?
Sure.
That would be great.
That would be great. That would be very great. I love Berlin, and it's a great city, and all people was very great. I had a great time there, not only on the festival, so it can be a real dream to achieve, to make a series or a movie there.
Hope so much that all of you can come with new projects next year and be part of the festival again. And when you're here, we can finally take some drinks, chin chin, and enjoy life again, right?
That's
I
good.
hope so.
Thank you very much, Mark.